Okay, we are on part 2 of the lemon cream puffs. This is America's Home Cooking. Okay, I'm going to have to read this as we go through it, so just be patient with me, please. All right, we need 2 cups of milk in a saucepan. Trying to get dishes done and everything so we can keep the kitchen clean too. And into this milk, we are going to add 2/3 of a cup of sugar. Now they want us to, over a low heat, stir this until the sugar dissolves and the milk is steaming. And it should take about 5 minutes, and then we're going to take it off the heat. So you don't want the sugar to burn on the bottom, you just want it to be able to just melt into the milk. While that's doing it, I'll keep an eye on it. Don't let me forget. Now in a large bowl, we're going to whisk together the egg yolks and some flour. All right, now we're going to need 3 egg yolks. So I'm going to get a bowl to put my whites into. Dang. Yes, I can feel your cracked. Yes, even the best of us make our mistakes. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't. You're going to, no, you're on my finger, that's good. Stay, stay. Okay. Come on, come on. There. Come on. You know, you eggs are just going to give me a hard time today. So we'll do it the old-fashioned way. The hand always works. How much flour do they want? 2 tablespoons of flour mixed with these egg yolks. Okay, somebody took more than they should have on my measuring spoons. Okay. Now we're going to whisk this, and they do say whisk. Now with a fork or a mixer, they're saying with a whisk, so you're going to need a whisk. that a pretty color? You have to admit the colors are beautiful. Alright, we'll go back to this and we have to get that where the milk is steaming. Then we're going to put this together very carefully. See, because I've already added powdered milk and stuff in there, I don't really have to add things here or here for the filling. This is going to be interesting, just how they want me to put this together. So, you'll see. Okay, we have to wait for that, but you want me to cut. Okay. Surrogated knife. A surrogated knife is a bread knife. We've talked about it. All right. Now, what they want you to do here is you're going to cut this in, not completely in half. They want it like you open a book. They say to pull the soft inside out. And just discard it. That's what they're telling me, but this is how they want it to look, and then you close it back up. They don't want you to completely take it apart. They say just open it like a book, take the inside out, you know. In other words, you're making some room actually for the pastry that's going to be going into it. It's really a pudding in its own right, you know. And the way they stack it up, it almost looks like a mountain the way they're going to do it. Believe it or not, because I can see the picture of what it's going to look like. Hope mine comes out that way. See? Make room and shit to the inside. Let's see if I can get closer. See? That's why you're doing it. There isn't much to take out. I can tell you that much because they're really airy, because the way we whipped it with the spoon, we were whipping all that air in there, and then with the hot temperature just caused them to go up. And the egg held them together. And the reason they ask you to make it into a ball like on top, because if it's jagged and you try to stuff it, it won't work. You see? So that's why they say to do it that way. When you order these things, I don't think they do some of the extra steps that we do. And I don't care what my sons buy outside. It doesn't taste as good as homemade. I'm sorry. I'm prejudiced. I like homemade food. I guess because I grew up with it. Like I said, we used to walk home from school. We knew what everybody was going to have because we didn't have air conditioning. We went to school without air conditioning, and the teachers, during the day when it got real hot in the classroom, you'd see us all with our paper fans going, staying cool while she was teaching us. And that's how we did it. Children now have air conditioning. When I got my tonsils out, I didn't have air conditioning in the hospital. There was no air conditioning. Come on, don't fall apart now. Here it comes. Now remember, you're not boiling that milk. You're dissolving the sugar and you want steam coming up from the milk, so it will not be hitting 220, which is boiling point. Because then it'll be too hot to do what we have to do. Okay, let me put these behind you again because I don't need them now. Let me start your steam now. My book's here, leave it there. Now what you're carefully, very carefully going to do is you're going to whisk these eggs in flour, right? What you're going to be doing is adding this. I'm going to put it in a measuring cup, it'll be easier for me to do. Don't worry, I'll come back for the rest of it. You're just going to add a little, because if you pour this too fast, you're going to find your eggs cook and curdle, and then you'll have streaks of egg and it won't be mixed properly. Then you put it back into your saucepan. Let's see what they want. I think they want it over there with a spoon. I don't think they want us whisking. They want us to use a wooden spoon until the mixture comes to a boil and then begins to thicken. It should take about 2 minutes. Then they say cook for 1 minute over heat. The reason you're using a wooden spoon is to make sure it doesn't burn, because milk does, and if you let this sit without stirring, the eggs will curdle anyway, in spite of all the precautions that you've taken. While I'm stirring this, I'll give you a break from me for a bit. Okay, it came to a boil. I boiled it exactly 1 minute. They said strain it, but I don't see anything to strain, so I am not straining mine. Now they want us to let that sit for a bit, and we need a teaspoon of lemon zest, which is lemon peel, which I spent all day yesterday peeling lemons and making canning lemon juice. They want about a teaspoon. That might be a teaspoon. Can't get fresher than this. Oh, you gotta do better than that. Now for vanilla, you're going to need a teaspoon of a grated lemon zest and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm bragging how nice the kitchen's going to smell. I think of things like this when I start making these things. How good it's going to smell. Fresh lemon zest. I told you it was going to smell good. Don't I know it? All right, we're going to put this into a bowl. And the reason we're going to put this in a bowl is we're going to put saran wrap over it and let it chill. And the reason you're putting, calling it saran, it's called plastic wrap. You know it is plastic wrap. I know it is saran wrap. The reason we're going to do that is so it doesn't build a scab on the top. You know when you make a pudding and you don't put something over the top, you stick it in the refrigerator, it has that hard topping? We're trying to avoid that, and that is the object of this. So, let me get this into a bowl and get some, which you know is wax paper, and I know is saran. Now, isn't that a pretty color? How good is it? See, that's the joy of being a cook. You get to lick all the spoons and everything. Let me get some saran wrap for this. I bet you guys are going to fall again. So see, you just press it on gently onto the top of it. Try not to get any bubbles on it in the middle. In other words, push the bubbles to the side. Now what we have to do is we have to let this cool as well before we can move further. Once this cools, I'm going to put it in the refrigerator to cool faster. Then we're going to make the topping. And then we are going to put these together with raspberries. They almost make it like a mountain. It's really cute how they do it. All right, so I'll have to see you then, which will probably be an hour or so. Good afternoon. I promised you that we would get the filling going. I have it in the refrigerator and it's very, very warm still. It's been in there almost 2 hours. So it's evident there'll be a part 3 to this. So I will do the fillings and we'll make these lemon cream puffs tomorrow. Is by the time it gets cool to where it's at the texture it's supposed to be, I'm already going to be asleep. So listen, I want you to enjoy your afternoon and I'll see you on part 3 of this. I'm sorry it's taking so long. Take care. Bye-bye.